Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Lebanon Board of Park Commissioners. I'd like to call the meeting to order and let the records show that all members are present except Karen Galvin. If everyone's had a chance to look at the minutes from the September meeting, I'd entertain a motion to approve the minutes.
I move that we approve the minutes from the September meeting.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed? Motion carried. Is there any old business to come before the board?
I guess I could go ahead and speak to, or good evening, board members. Sorry. I guess I could update you on two huge projects we have going on. We've had a pre-bid meeting on September 14th for the lighting project. We had several of the people that ended up bidding on the project come. We did have sealed bids that were due in on the 27th of September, and then those were sealed bids and they were opened at the Board of Works meeting. Just to let you know how they came in, Setco, which I think that is Kip McGinnis's company. There again, prayers go to his family. He had a loss this last weekend, so prayers to him. But he came in at, let me get these numbers correct. Setco came in at $292,533. ATEC came in at $327,700. R&M came in at $393,850. Houston came in at $436,700. And Hoosier Company came in at $445,465.30. And we have sent off to the legal department to check the contracts and everything before we give a notice to proceed. And that will be hopefully soon, that we'll hear back from the attorneys to give them the okay to. I thought those were great numbers. Talked to Deb Schmucker, who we worked on the project together. We were very pleased with those numbers for construction of the lighting project. We also, both the playground and construction and the lighting construction will have a notice to proceed after the legal review, but very pleased with the numbers that came in on those two projects. And already talked to Kip McGinnis, and he wanted to know when he could proceed, and as soon as we get through with legal, we can go forward with that. And we got to secure some funding for the project, which I think we were discussed back in October, where the council will approve some monies for us. And that's the update on the old business.
Okay, so are you going to approach the council then again on the funding?
Yes, we have to advertise. I have to speak to the council and advertise appropriations from either food and beverage or American Rescue Plan, or whichever way they want to go with, so we can fund these projects.
And that'll be for the playground and the lighting?
Playground and the lighting,
Okay,
yes.
and this is just lighting in the park?
Those sealed bids were for the lighting in the park, and we had one bid come in for the playground construction. There again, because it was under the threshold of $150,000.
Yeah.
All we had to do is call contractors. We did advertise it, however, called several. We had one that put in a bid, so we're there again. Legal is reviewing it, and hopefully we'll get a notice to proceed after I get the funding secured.
Okay. Okay, any new business to come before the board?
No.
None? Okay, then how about the director's report?
Okay,
I'm sure you guys have been busy.
Yes, Shirley made a great comment to Mike Redmond there. She chased him down in the park and said how good the parks look, and that was spread throughout. Mike told all the guys, he said it's really good to hear, though, when they hear comments like that, especially from a park board member too. It goes a long way. Fall pickleball went very smooth with some great matches. That's all completed now. Now we start the doubles tournament, and it will be held this Saturday starting at 9 a.m. Got quite a few teams signed up for that, and it looks like nice sunny weather other than what we have this evening. Abner Longley has hosted a few cross-country meets, and those are middle school meets. Tried that out this year. They actually had a real nice course set up. I think it was a 3K going through the conservation park. We opened the gates, ran through there, and they've never been able to host a cross-country meet because of out at the middle school where their track was. They had to cross, I guess, across a lot of pavement and traffic and didn't have to worry that. And boy, I was overwhelmed with all the buses in there and to see all the people. I think I shared with a few of you some of the video, and I'm not a very good photographer or whatever, but a videographer. But anyway, the crowds are just unbelievable. There was no room to park down there. Plus, you had youth football over there, plus a little soccer group that was learning how to play soccer. It was just really neat to see that. And all the people, and the comments on our parks were just outstanding. So I want to thank the middle school. It's a nice relationship to have. Possibly the high school will come there. Again, we'll find out the outcome later on this month, where we are in the Stone Eater Bike Park, and find out what the outcome there, and hopefully that'll be a nice course for everybody. But for now, I think they were very, very happy with the Conservation Park and Abner Longley. Hoosier Town Ball finished their season, and LHS, Lebanon High School varsity, junior varsity is wrapping up their fall ball at Memorial Park baseball field. LISA is starting practice at Reese Park along with Boys and Girls Club, so that'll be busy. Be mindful of all the little ones out there. Inwell had a very nice outing at the Maple Shelter, which is right next to the stage, the Joe Hawbush Memorial. They had a lot of non-for-profits out there, a food truck, and a band was playing. This was a first-time event with great attendance. They are hoping to see this event grow each year. I talked to the regional manager, and she was not aware of our park, and they had actually set up at the Memorial Shelter, the big one, and she had no idea we had a stage and they had a band, and it just worked out wonderfully that nobody had rented that, and we kind of swapped stages. And yeah, they want to make this an annual event and grow the event. I know there were several non-for-profit groups there, mental health, and a lot of tents set up, but it was really pretty nice attendance. Of course, the weather was perfect too. The Civil War reenactment was held in Memorial Park the last weekend in September. Had a great turnout with beautiful weather. Thanks to all the volunteers who made it a very successful event. We had one of our larger weddings held in the Memorial Park this last weekend. I don't know if anybody went by. Hated that the weather was a little bit wet, but they've been working on that for a year, and you know how excited. We probably have 10 weddings a year at Memorial Park, most of them at the little gazebo. We had them out at the Arboretum this year. We had a couple that were down at Abner Longley, but this one went pretty well all out. It was just really nice setup. Unfortunately, the weather, they had a dance floor coming in, a band, but that's where they met, and that's where they wanted to get married. And I just wanted to, congratulate Mr. and Mrs. Hall. We even put it on the sign, which kind of really surprised them, and it's neat, and it's just an exciting time for them. So we try and do all we can for everybody that comes in the parks. We held, going on, we have cleaned a lot of the brush up along the Big Four Trail. I think, Shirley, you went out with Caleb and saw some of his hard work, and Caleb Skank's been pretty much responsible for all the trails, keeping it clean.
He's doing a great job.
Yeah, we have a few, and he takes pride. You can see that pride.
He sure
all
does.
the guys do, but Caleb in that trail really takes a lot of pride in keeping it clean. And there again, when we have storms, he's first one out the next morning, unless we get called at night, to go clean up and check the trails, make sure the brush is cleaned up, or big trees fallen are cleaned up. We only have we also have replaced a lot of sidewalks in Memorial Park. We're about done with that. You have to order concrete about 3 weeks out, so that's always interesting to do that. There again, we have one more pour of about 7 yards to do along the fitness trail in Memorial Park, but everything else is in great shape. Let me see, the decking at the water park, we also replaced at the wave pool. There again, we had, it's been about 8 years, but you had some concrete that was heaving around one of the umbrellas and the beach entry at the water park. So we closed it a little bit early due to some COVID and all that stuff going on, but kind of helped us get a lot more things done that we normally can't accomplish. And one of them was the concrete pour. Now we're buffing out all the slides and waxing those, doing some gutter work and everything else there. But it's really nice to have a little bit of time and some nice weather to complete some of those projects. Currently, we're aerating and seeding the thin areas, along with fertilizing and spraying weeds in other areas of all our parks. We've about got Memorial Park wrapped up, and then we'll finish on to the other parks. Also, we have started going through the Christmas lights. Ho, ho, ho. Yeah, I'm not the only old one in the crowd. There are some 30s, guys that are 30 years old at the park, and yeah, they've stated, we just took these down, didn't we? So I'm not the only one that thinks that. It will be a little different downtown. There again, there's no electrical outlets, but all those, I call them hot tubs, but the big circles on all four corners, really neat Christmas trees going in each one of those. So trying to add to it, and hopefully we'll have all the lighting ready by then. I know it seems crazy starting October, but we have to get them up before Thanksgiving. And Pumpkins in the Park will be held this year on Saturday, October 23rd. The event will be from 11 to 2 and will be held in Memorial Park. Come out and enjoy the hay rides, kettle corn, yard games, s'mores, and pumpkin painting. Thanks to our sponsors, Lebanon IGA and the Farmers Market, or Farmers Bank. There again, really nice event that's going to happen. And the hay rides are going to have horses. It's really going to be nice. And we appreciate those two sponsors that we have. Upcoming 5Ks in Memorial Park, you have Harney Elementary, 5K October 9th at 10 a.m. Lebanon Rotary and Witham Health Services Trick or Trot on, that's a 5K on October 30th at 10 a.m. And then Boone County Boys and Girls Club, El Gravy Chase, November 25th at 8 a.m. Met with the Boys and Girls Club. It's not Katie Obremski, I don't know what her married name is, and Rob Shine and a couple others there. I want to thank them for reaching out. It's a big event and a big fundraiser for the Boys and Girls Club in Zionsville. Of course, that's called Z Chase, and ours is L Chase, so anyway, that's nice. Also wanted to let the public know that on October 14th at 7 p.m. here in this chamber, that we'll have a trail meeting, and that's going to be held by the planning department. And I just want, anybody wants to come and discuss, they'll be discussing the trail that is going from downtown all the way down through Abner Longley. So anybody interested in information or wants to speak on the subject, that's October 14th at 7 p.m. here in this building. And that's all I had for the report.
Okay. Does anybody on the board have any questions for John?
You have any numbers yet in regards to the pool for this year?
Had our best season ever. Yes, they're huge. Even at half capacity, we had the largest amount of people and dollars that we ever have. And I think we should probably look at our fees coming up this winter. I don't know if you want to do it in public or if you want to have a group or whatever you want to do and go through all our, we did that before several years back.
Yeah, I think we had a couple people that met and then put something together and then brought it back to the board.
I know we haven't raised our pool or passes. I don't think we've raised our pool parties either. Everything was booked this year, and we had, I don't know what the actual number is, but we had quite a few pool passes that were sold this year. Huge number, but yeah, it was a very successful season. Even though we shut down a week early, and I think there were supposed to be 81 days, and we ended up 74 days that we were open.
I assume you'll have like what we always get, some type of...
Yes, sure will.
So do you want to ask for a couple volunteers to maybe get on a committee and start
yeah.
on that?
Yeah, and then they can
I
say,
know,
I think that'd be
otherwise
great.
time
Whatever,
gets away.
Madam President, whatever you suggest, I'll go for it.
Would anybody like to serve, to meet a couple times on, for the pool pricing?
I'll help.
I can help too.
Great. I will get together and give you a call, and we'll set something up where we can all get together, or I'll email and try and get times together.
Yeah.
Sounds great.
Otherwise, it always gets away from us. I know we've tried.
It does, and that, just like we're working on Christmas lights now.
I know.
One other thing I've been working on too, and met a couple contractors down at the Conservation Park to raise the canopies, cut all the trees that are down 4 inches and smaller for the trail to come in. And that's clearing the woods from all the way from the front to the back, and I have a couple of bids now. That is going to be under the threshold of 150, so I've contacted several groups, and I've had 2 respond so far. I'm waiting on 2 other calls to come in and get prices from them, and I'll let you know what those prices are and who the lowest one would be. They all know they're bidding against each other on that, but that would be removing all the invasive species, all the underbrush and everything, but cleaning it up, 4-inch canopies and smaller, that keeps you out of the bat wildlife protective thing that we have going on with bats, the habitat. So anyway, that's something that I'm working on too.
And what about, where do we stand on the new park master plan? Well, I can't
That I'm
remember.
waiting also on funding. That has to be an
Okay.
appropriation again, and waiting on appropriation for that, along with the pool.
Yeah, I was gonna ask that.
The expansion of the pool, waiting on, there again, that has to be advertised and waiting on approval for that.
And this is the money that the council already committed to the park, but we have to just go through.
They spoke about it, and yes,
Okay,
and now they have to, yes, allocate the money, or actually, I have to advertise it and ask for the money now before it comes out.
okay, I know.
Yes, that was back in October that they had talked about setting
Right.
aside monies.
Well, I know they awarded the 1.2 million to the park, and it was for all these projects, so,
Yes.
okay. Okay,
Okay, that's all I had.
so hopefully we're still going to get the funding for all these projects.
I hope so.
Okay. Okay. Is that it?
Should, the lady who's working on the map, I can't think of her name, I'm terrible.
Deb Smith.
Schmucker.
Yes, would she be interested in being to that meeting on October the 14th, the trail meeting?
I can call her, I'm sure for a fee she could come up for that.
Well,
I don't know if that'll be televised or if she'll watch it. I know she's been informed, she watches all the park boards. She asked
does.
earlier if she needed to be here. We discussed some numbers that she was talking about for fees and such. There again, she's gone above and beyond on
Yes,
both
she
these
has.
projects. She really has.
Yeah,
And,
yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, if we need to pay her fee, I mean, if she wants to come up, if she thinks that would
Okay.
be beneficial. I can't imagine it won't be televised, it may be.
yeah, I will
But-
ask her. I will.
Do you know what the fees are?
For the fees?
Do you know what her fees are to come to?
I don't right offhand. I hate to even guess.
I
don't
can't
know, Joe.
remember, but it wasn't, I mean, in
Yeah, it's not
comparison
as-
to her input, it was
And there again,
worth-
she'd probably do it just out of, if your request.
Kindness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we can't keep asking her. She's done so much, she's done a lot.
She has,
She really
especially in
has.
the playground and the lighting. It's, I
Yeah.
think some of it, I think we were on different pages as far as what her job description was and scope of the work, and she went above and beyond that, just to
Yeah,
give her a lot of credit for that. She really did.
been very helpful.
Yes, she has. Very patient with me, too.
Okay. If there's nothing else to come before the board, if everyone's had a chance to look at the claims, I'd entertain a motion to approve the claims.
So moved.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed? Motion carried. If there's nothing else to come before the board, I ask for a motion to adjourn.
So moved?
I have a motion to adjourn. Is there a second?
I'll second.
I have a second. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed? Motion carried. Thank you for being with us tonight.